to the SOAR Show. I'm Kathleen.
I'm Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Sheila.
And I'm Carrie. And have you ever heard of FLOAT Alchemy? We're here today at the FLOAT Alchemy on Cason Lane in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And it's really a unique place. So we're going to be telling you all about that and the benefits to you. We're also talking today about when the hits the fan. When you find yourself in a pickle. Oh, we got our pickles here. When you find yourself in a pickle, and how do you get out of it? How do you deal with it?
Yeah, that
right?
means when the caca, when the poop hits the fan.
When the poop hits the fan. So that happens. We talked once about overcoming obstacles, and so, kind of foreseeing what might be coming, but sometimes it just hits and you didn't see it coming. So what do you do, and how do you handle it? Okay, and now we don't have coffee mugs. What are we drinking, Rebecca?
We are drinking kombucha. FLOAT Alchemy has also a location. Their first location is in Nashville, so our Nashville people out there, you definitely go visit them there. I know that a lot of the Tennessee Titans go, the Preds go to recover from injuries or just to relax. But they have a kombucha bar, and if you are not familiar with kombucha or you've tried it and you didn't like it, give this a try. To actually
Delicious.
Actually to be legally kombucha, it has to be fermented twice. And have probiotics added to it, so it's good for your tummy, it's good for your body. And there's all kinds of different flavors. They have about 12 different ones, and they're all made and brought up in barrels from Pennsylvania. I have the Cold Buster, and with everybody getting sick around us, mine has the elderberry. It has all kinds of zinc and vitamin C and things in it to help me fight the funk.
Mine's a True Blue. I got True Blue, and I'm not really sure the benefits yet because I'm new to all of this, but it's got jasmine, tea, and blueberries, so it tastes good.
Mine is briar patch berries, and I do not remember what's in it, but it's delicious. It's very flavorful, and if it's good for me and flavorful, I'm all about it.
And I don't have one because of our topic today, stress relief and when poop hits the fan.
Yeah.
And I'd like to make an announcement.
Okay.
What's going on?
Yeah, 11 days ago I had weight loss surgery. I went to Tijuana, Mexico and had the gastric sleeve. So I'm down 20 pounds.
Yay, that's
And
awesome.
over the next 12 months
Yeah.
I'll probably lose hopefully another 100 pounds.
You were beautiful anyway, but
Thank you.
I'm
Yes.
happy for you because this has been something on your mind for a while.
It has been, and
Yeah.
I'm on a restricted diet. They smell wonderful. And as soon as I can, I'm going to float in one of these tanks
Yeah.
for the health benefits that Rebecca's going to tell us about.
Yes.
But my prior stress management technique was probably eating bad foods, and I have made a great change this year. I'm not going to be doing that anymore.
Yeah,
And I'm going to be healthy,
fantastic.
and I'm going to deal with my stress in different ways. I'm
I
going to
think-
exercise.
A lot of people deal with their stress through food.
Yes, they
right?
do.
Yeah.
A lot.
So when you're here, you can float, sweat, freeze, get massaged, and drink juice.
They
so,
have oxygen therapy.
Yes.
They have that compression therapy for your legs.
Yeah.
cold therapy, heat
Yeah.
therapy.
I've never seen anything like it.
Haven't either.
Rebecca introduced us to this today, so
Yes,
we're
and so,
excited.
and the owner, Amy, took us all on a fabulous
Yeah.
tour, so now you have a little
Yes.
bit of an introduction to it. I love it.
So FLOAT Alchemy, you literally
Yes.
go in these tanks or pods. You go in and you close the door. You're in like a capsule almost, and you're floating
Yes.
in Epsom salt so
Yes.
much that there's no way you won't float. And people
Yeah.
go in there for 60 minutes and sleep.
But they also have, for those that are claustrophobic, the open air,
The open one.
and then one that's a dome, that's a little less enclosed than the capsule.
Yeah.
And they also have a membership. And it was $49, and then it's for your whole family to get the discounts, and that comes with, was it, Rebecca, one float a month included in your membership plus all the discounts?
Yes, yeah, or one of the saunas, one of the sauna treatments, yes, but it's
Or the massage,
$49 a month, yes, and they'll work with you on all kinds of discounts. But yes, we've also talked in our previous show that we are deficient in magnesium, and magnesium is one of the main minerals that our body needs, and that's what the Epsom salt, we just got a little education on it, that's what the Epsom salt is. You're literally floating in magnesium, and your body soaks up that magnesium, and it's just has all kinds of health benefits. Definitely for stress, for type 2 diabetes,
PTSD.
autism.
Yeah,
Autism.
pain
is helping.
management.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes. PTSD, absolutely.
So many, yeah, and I would just recommend that if you have any questions about it, you're just not quite sure, come in and talk to Amy. She spoke probably 20 minutes with us and just is extremely knowledgeable
Yeah.
in what these services offer and how good they are in so many different areas for your body. So come in and talk to her. She'd be glad to give you a tour of the facility and tell
Yes.
you how her services can help you in particular.
And health benefits, if you're looking for, they also, their products, I think her dad does these, just all natural cheeses, raw milk cheeses, which are so healthy for you, but again, they sell them there. Soaks, bath soaks that have the magnesium in there, and yes, and even some bread and butter pickles. So yes, come in and check them out.
The website has a lot of information
Yes.
because you come here to relieve stress. That she said songwriters or book authors will come to get their minds more creative. So look it up. I think it's cool. I'm going to be coming and
Me
using
too.
it.
And I will tell you, I'm a highly stressed person, and this is one of the things that when the poop hits the fan in my life, I've actually been known to make an appointment and come and float. And I was much better afterwards.
Let's talk about that poop and the fan.
Talk about poop.
What do you do? I mean, things just, you wake up, again, we're real estate agents, so I think that's a good example of a career where you can wake up one morning and think everything was fine, and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened?
Yeah, you think you're headed to a closing that day, and the next thing you know, you have a call from someone, the other realtor, the buyer's lender, title company, something's gone awry, and those are very stressful situations.
It is, or it's closing day, and the buyer's going to do a final walkthrough, and the seller took the fridge, or left a million holes in the wall, and you just got to always be ready to jump on that challenge and handle it, because that's our job. They're looking at us. It's kind of like when you're flying in a plane and there's a lot of turbulence. You want to look at the pilot's face. Is he panicking, or has he got it under control?
Yeah.
We're the pilots in our all of us are pilots in our everyday. So you can choose to.
So what do you do when you're stressed out, Carrie?
Well, you know what? This is interesting. So speaking of real estate, I had coffee a couple of mornings ago with Travis Deck with Summit Funding out in Brentwood. And he said something really, really interesting. He said, and I think he was talking about a book he had read, it may be The Chop Wood, Carry Water.
Oh, yeah.
Pressure exists in the past or the future, right? When you're feeling pressure, you're either stressing over something that happened or regrets of yesterday, or you're panicking about something of tomorrow. The pressure is not actually in the present, right? Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the present, you still have control. So I when he said that, I thought that was just amazing. And it's so true. And I think that's how I'll probably, if something goes wrong, what good does it do to panic?
Absolutely
Or stress
nothing.
about the future, or not? You have that moment to handle it. So that's the best thing to do.
And the biggest thing to me, or how I handle it, is to stay calm. Because you can choose to rise to the top or sink to the bottom, but if you don't stay calm, you'll never figure out the right way to handle that particular stress. You have to, and when you stay calm, you can think through it and make the best and most proper decision so that you get the best outcome you want. So staying calm for me is the very biggest thing.
It's
Now, it's
important.
not always possible, but that's my goal.
For me, much like our location here, FLOAT Alchemy, I try to make my environment serene when I'm feeling a lot of stress. It may be cleaning up if I've made a mess, which is typical of me. Candles, a nice cup of hot tea, something that is soothing music. I'm a big fan of George Winston music, so I have George Winston radio to kind of de-stress and calm myself when I'm out of control.
So you can face the problem with a clear mind.
Yeah.
I like what you're both saying, because when you're calm, that's when you really can, okay, no point in panicking. Let me look at all the pieces and how can they come back together again, especially in real estate, so that it satisfies both sides. So you're kind of just being a mediator at all times.
And I think too, the key is not focusing on what the problem is, but rather focusing on what the solution can be.
Right.
I think a lot of us get caught up in, here's the problem, it's I'm traumatized by what's happening right now, how do I respond to that calmly, obviously, but I just think you have to continue to stay focused on what's the best outcome for this situation rather than what is the problem I'm in the middle of.
Right.
As you're calm, you can make better decisions and obviously come up with better answers, better possibilities to get through those, I call them either mountains or molehills, speed bumps in real estate, but you've got to get over those things one way or another, and if you stay calm, I think you can keep them at a level that's easily passable. Does that make sense?
Well, it does make sense, and you've got a good point. What are we trying to get to? When you know what is the end result we're looking for, then you can go backwards and how are we going to get there?
What about you, Rebecca?
I'm the spider monkey, I think, of the group, because I mean, kudos to you all for being able to do do that because I go nuts. And I had a complete, and it doesn't matter what job I've been in, I go absolutely nuts. I'm not going to kid you. And I had a very stressful morning this morning. Everything that went wrong could go wrong from the time that, you know, I almost ran out of gas on the interstate and my credit card wouldn't work. The strip has gone awry. So I lost it. I'm not going to kid you. And I called my husband. I screamed at him. It's not his fault, but I screamed at him because it made me feel better.
It does make you feel good.
It did. And so was that the wrong thing to do at the time? Yes, but it took me for a second to take a deep cleansing breath and realize nobody's dead at this point, and all these things are nothing that I did, and they're beyond my control. So I think it's being able to pull that triangle back together and pull your crap back together and pull yourself back together.
That is true.
And I literally did, and I called him and I said, I need some help at this point. I need you to help me because I'm going to have some gas in my car. I called the client and just said, I'm so sorry, this is what's going on, it's beyond my control. And also realized I believe in a higher power, and maybe there's a reason that I was running late. And I told my husband I apologized profusely and said, you didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve it. So my bad. But yes, so
That's perfect.
yeah.
I mean, we're all gonna like have that explosion.
But I went
Yeah,
nuts
lose it
I'm not
every
gonna
now
kid
and
you.
then.
Yeah.
But when you go back and
Yes.
regroup and
Yes.
say I'm sorry.
But what I hear
Makes you
you all
human.
saying is it's the awareness, it's the self-awareness of, okay, this is where I am and what am I going to do about it, and let me get it kind of under control, and deep
Yes.
cleansing breaths and relax and formulate a plan.
Yes, absolutely.
Invaluable.
I was just talking to somebody who was telling me about a meeting they had at their office, and the big boss had come in, and he was so upset about one factor that there was no way to go back and change. And it was just like, well, you're just wasting air and people's time, because if you can't change that, now where are we? And let's move forward.
That's exactly right.
Right?
exactly
And
right.
I think that
Exactly
happens in your family when you're raising your kids. I don't know how many times I say those things to my kids is, okay, well, this, like you said, no one's dead. And if we dwell on this, we're making it worse.
Right.
How are we moving forward?
I think a good solution for that is to own your shit. If you made a mistake,
You got it right.
you know, a lot of people get stressed out and argue just trying to get the other person to acknowledge
Yeah.
what they did or didn't do that caused the problem.
Okay, every show, I think I have one of those moments where I'm like, I like that.
Own
Just
your
own
shit.
it. Say I messed up, but
Yeah.
this is how I'm going to fix it.
Dust the fan off yourself because it's your
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
and,
that.
and I think the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway for me in all of this too is just give it a moment and think, nobody died, there's no blood, how important is this really? Is it worth being this distraught over? Is it worth making this huge ordeal out of something that in a week probably you won't even remember what was all stirred up to begin with? And just keep in mind the big picture, zoom out and look at that picture, and how are you going to feel about that tomorrow? And I think a lot of times we can realize it really wasn't that big of a deal. And apologies are huge. Sometimes
They are.
you have to swallow your
Apologies.
pride and go do it.
And communication. Let's don't forget how important communication is, because when you know there's a problem, hit it front on and communicate it. Because the more you hold it inside and you haven't told everybody else,
That's
the bigger it gets. And more, and if you communicate, maybe someone else has a resolution and you didn't even think of yet. So communication's everything.
It is. It is.
You know, this goes into every part of your life, not just us. And in our job too, we're negotiators. So remember, any problem could probably be negotiated, even with your kids, even with your husband.
Yes, that's true.
Negotiations.
Yes.
That's the good stuff.
And you touched on something I think was so important. You said communication and
Yeah.
people being heard. Bottom line is people innately just want to be heard. They want to know that they were listened to.
Right.
And once they realize you actually listened, you actually heard what they were saying, and you have an understanding of what they are saying,
Right.
you can get past anything, I think.
Exactly. Communication, admitting when it's your shit, like you said, and saying you're sorry.
Right. Here's a tip for our partners, which may or may not be good communicators. Mine always says, I don't know what to say. I think a great thing, like you're saying, being heard, repeat back to the person what they just said. I mean, if you can't think of another idea of your own, say, this is what I understand that you're saying to me. It's a
What are you hearing?
What I'm hearing you say
hearing
is.
What I'm hearing you say is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I like that he even says, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm at a loss. I understand. I feel the moment.
Right.
I'm honestly at a loss for words. That's endearing. That's sweet. I like that.
So hopefully
Okay.
we helped you all. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the poop hits the fan. Okay.
Moment. Always smile, guys.
Yes, y'all. So many of you all are watching the SOAR Show, and I know that we have people coming up to us all the time now, which is really, really exciting.
It is.
And I know with a lot of people starting New Year's resolutions, again, we keep talking about the water, and I actually had 2 women come up and say, can you give that tip one more time about drinking water and how much do we need? So we know every single person, your brain and your body needs 64 ounces of water. Everybody go out. This is 33 ounces. Buy 2 of these. Put one of them by your bed. When you wake up in the morning, chug it where you already get at least a cup of water in, and you know you go through 2 of these and you're done. That's it.
Can I
2
ask
of
you
them.
something?
It's not that
Please.
difficult.
With the water, and you're the water expert.
Yes.
I'm the Diet Coke expert. But, I know. Does it matter the temperature of the water you're drinking?
It does not. It does not
Because
at
I've had
all.
people that always order hot water.
Yeah, I will
That's
tell you, that's
interesting.
really good. That's great for your digestive system. Some lemon is a natural diuretic with your warm water, and that is so good for your tummy. And it's just very, very good. But I love my water room temperature. Some people
I
like
like
it
that.
cold. Just drink
I like
water,
that. Room
please,
temperature,
please,
too.
please.
I like my
And
room
if you
temperature.
are a soda drinker, I'm going to challenge you: do not drink another soda until you've had 1 cup of water. Drink a cup of water first, and then enjoy your soda.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yes.
I'll agree to that.
All right.
Okay. Oh, and I want to do a quick little, we got a quote. Quick shout out to Patty, who drove in from Georgia to take us out to lunch today. So we love that. Anybody else want to take us to lunch?
Yes.
It's like David at Far Cry shows. We do shots. You can take us to lunch.
Yeah, take
We're
us to
amenable to
lunch.
that.
Yeah, Patty's our
Thank
first
you,
fan.
Patty.
Yeah, that drove from Georgia just to take us to lunch. And that was huge.
And
Brought
we
her
also-
mom and her best friend.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we also got to meet her beautiful mother and best friend.
Yes.
And what an enjoyable lunch that
Sharon and
was.
Piney. It was
Yeah.
a blessing. It was so fun. So thank you for that.
It was awesome. So my quote is from Terry Gulametz: "Give your stress wings and let it fly away."
Oh, that's
So think
perfect.
about that as we're talking about stress and how to handle certain stressful situations. You've got to let it go. I've often heard it said, let go and let God. Same thing. Give
Yeah.
your stress wings and let it fly away. Very good.
Yes, and what I heard us saying is that you always act. Don't let yourself react like I did.
Yes.
Yes, always act. And visit your local float center. I think almost everywhere in the United States has one. So yes, Float Alchemy.
Go
Rest.
float.
Go float.
All right.
Go float.
Go float the stress away.
Right. Rest, heal, and transform naturally.
Yep. There you
Yeah,
go.
go to the website. Lots of good info. Cheers. That's SOAR.
Cheers.
Till next time.
Bye.